that's what you should be thinking about replacing it with. If you get rid of racism, you should be thinking about what are you going to replace it with. It's the biggest government on earth. I mean, the only government that's worthy of being called a government. There is no other that's worthy of that title when you compare it with the power of racism. So that should be, according to what I have written, the purpose for everybody who believes in justice and peace. Get rid of racism, and racism is in the form of a thing called a system of white supremacy. They're one and the same. There is no other form of racism. And so this book is about having the individual victim every day doing something in the interest of, every minute of every day, doing something in the interest of replacing the system of racism with the system of justice. And that should be our purpose, according to what I have written. When I say our, I mean every person that believes in justice. You can't have justice and racism in the same planet at the same time. That's impossible. You can't have racism and justice on the same planet at the same time. You're either going to have worldwide non-justice or you're going to have justice. And you can't have white supremacy and justice on the same planet at the same time. That's impossible, according to what I have written in this book. But you can get the book by going to producejustice.com, because that should be what you're trying to replace the system of racism with. And it's addressed to the individual person, what the individual person can do, who perceives him or herself as a victim of racism. Now, any black person, non-white person, black, brown, red, yellow, beige, tan, who perceives him or herself as not being a victim of racism, then the book is not for you. If you say you don't have a race problem where you are, that racism doesn't bother you, that that's an absurd idea, that it might be something that's going on out there called racism, but it doesn't interest you because it doesn't affect you, then it doesn't apply to you. And it's called the United Independent System. That's why if you perceive racism as being important to you, then the book applies to you. But if it doesn't, then the book doesn't apply to you.
Okay.
Go to producejustice.com.